What was
Um,
um, what's some of the other parenting expectations that you kind of threw to the wind?
we were definitely, oh, me, I was definitely like no screen time. As a teacher, I can see the damage that screen time does to kids. And I was definitely like, oh no, we're not going to do screen time or whatever, and they're not going to have a tablet or anything in their face, not going to throw them the phone. And then you're running on an hour and a half sleep, and they keep touching you and talking to you, and you realize that can you look at this thing for a bit? Like, I'll put Lion King on. I'll put one of the educational shows on with some subtitles. You can learn to read,
Read.
and I'll justify this any way I can just to have a minute's rest. Or Bluey episodes while we watch TV. That's at a perfect time. Um,
Yeah.
just, and it all went out the window. And now they are definitely watching too much screen time. Um, but I don't know. I need a break.
I think
But
survival, it comes down to
yeah,
just surviving. And that's why I think we titled this episode Fuck Your Parenting Expectations, because
yeah,
a lot of what even you and I thought we would do then got thrown to the wind because we were just trying to fucking survive.
yeah. Just you just need to get through it, and it sounds awful because at the same time, when you're in the moment, and like I love those videos of people like sitting in bed looking through their photos on their phone, and you're like, beautiful, and they're amazing, and then the kid walks in the door and you're like, oh, go fuck this, like just like, I like you in the photo, just leave me alone for 5 seconds.
It's just, you're not touching me in the photo. You're not saying, Mom,
Yeah.
Mom, Mom. And it probably
And you
sounds like
do
a
love them.
whinging. And I love my kids. I would never, ever change it. They've been the
No.
best things that ever happened to me. But sometimes I need to not hear the word mum and not be touched.
Yeah. It's just you don't want to miss moments. You don't want to miss taking them on holidays and doing experiences with them or anything like that. But sometimes it the daily routine, especially when they're little, and I found like that time about 4 months old, my kids were both of my children were grabbing food out of our hands ready to eat solids. And when my son was little, we'd gone to the parenting classes, they'd bought like the food person in, and they're like, do not start solids until they're 6 months old. Well, he was finding food himself at 4 months. So we introduced solids, mash and whatever
Yeah.
then. And as I was saying, my son grew so fast, he needed the extra food. Like, he's a beanpole. But we'd already started that. So we went to one food thing, don't introduce anything until 6 months old. It's so dangerous, rah, rah, rah. Then we went to the next one, which was we went to another one at 9 months, I think they were, and they're like, oh, the recommendations is that you start at 4 months, and I was like, how did the recommendations change? Like, and in between, we've all missed out on this memo, and
And did you get that you meant to introduce one high risk food a week, but then have them all done by 12 months? And like we started doing that with our first, but then I'm like, hang on, there's not enough weeks between now and 12 months to get all the allergens, like all the potential foods in. So I guess I just do a couple, and then if she's allergic, we then just do one at a time. It's like, oh my God.
yeah, and I like that's another area that I was so lucky in. Neither of my children have allergies to any
Mm.
food. My son has asthma and gets really bad eczema and stuff to environmental factors, but not to any foods. And we don't have any intolerances either. Like my daughter is a shocker eater though, so as long as it's white or beige, she'll eat it. But we're really lucky that they haven't had any reactions. But I remember that first day of being like, oh, what food am I going to pick? And I think we went with eggs for both of them to start with. And it's so terrifying because they're like, if they've got anaphylaxis, they'll have this reaction. You've got to get them to hospital. And I do know people whose children did have severe reactions to food. And it's really scary. It's just, yeah, but it's not one of those things that I ever experienced.